This is Change Your Mindset Podcast, the podcast that helps change your life by helping change the mindset of the 99% into the 1% mindset. Here's your host, Adrian Gomez.
Welcome to Change Your Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Adrian Gomez. Back in the day, people would look up to heroes in movies. Most famous movie would be Rocky. A lot of men looked up to Rocky because he was inspiring. He was their hero because he worked hard. Against all odds, he made it and became successful. Nowadays, we're making the wrong people heroes. We are making people heroes like trans because they're coming out and they're so brave and bold because they're transitioning. Instead of trying to improve themselves or get better, make people who are victims. People will blame everybody else as heroes for standing up and being brave enough to say that's everyone else's fault. And capitalism is bad. America is bad. Democracy is bad. Those are the heroes nowadays, which is unfortunate. We've fallen a long way because now people who are lazy are heroes for speaking up. People who want socialism are heroes. Some even want communism, are considered heroes. This is what the media shows you and tells you. This is what society is telling you. Even in politics, president is saying people who are trans are heroes. This is how far we've gotten. People aren't heroes that work hard, that came from nothing and built something. Those people aren't heroes no more. Now those people are considered bad people. Those people are greedy. Those people are corrupted. And you're poor and suffering because of those people. Which isn't true. Capitalism gives you whatever you deserve. You work hard, you can achieve anything in this world. That's how it works. Generations when Rocky came out was the baby boomers. And a lot of baby boomers are retiring. A lot of baby boomers don't understand with these new generations and what's even going on. A lot of people that are baby boomers are really hard-working individuals, are willing to sacrifice their time, their life, for their children can have better lives and be raised in better places. My father is a baby boomer. I know friends whose parents are baby boomers, and they're all hard-working people. Until this day, they still work. Some of them on the verge of retiring. But the point is, back then, things were different. People who were heroes will inspire you to do better, to be better. And that's what I'm going to talk about Rocky. Because back then, so motivational, mostly for men. And so inspiring, they made a statue of Rocky in Philadelphia. And that's based on a movie. Something that's not even real, but inspired so many people, motivated so many people to be better and to reach their goals. That's how much it inspired people. And that generation is unfortunately dying. And generations nowadays don't have movies like that inspire people to be better, to look up to. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, nowadays everyone's complaining, whining, a victim. It's everybody else's fault besides their own. And unfortunately, men nowadays aren't as masculine. And now it's considered toxic masculinity, which is a shame. Because back then, men were men and they were protectors, providers. And that's how movies were and inspired men to be. And that's what men sought out to be. And I'm going to tell you why Rocky Balboa movies were so inspirational and made boys into men. So we all know Rocky Balboa stars Sylvester Stallone, and he's the iconic character Rocky Balboa. And he has been incredibly inspirational and motivational for many men and people in general for several reasons. One would be it's an underdog story. At its core, the Rocky series was a classic underdog story. Rocky Balboa, a working-class Italian-American boxer from Philadelphia, rises from obscurity to challenge some of the greatest fighters in the world. His journey represents the idea that with determination and hard work, anyone can overcome the odds and achieve greatness. This theme resonates with many men who may feel they are facing their own challenges and obstacles. The second reason, he had resilience and determination. Rocky's unwavering determination to succeed in the face of adversity is a central theme of the series. He endures brutal training regimens, defeats, and personal losses, but he never gives up. Men often find inspiration in Rocky's ability to push through physical and emotional pain, showing that with perseverance, they can overcome their own challenges. Third reason, self-improvement. The Rocky movies emphasize the importance of self-improvement and personal growth. Rocky constantly strives to become a better boxer and a better person. Men often relate to the idea that through hard work and dedication, they can better themselves in various aspects of their lives, whether it's in their careers, relationships, or personal development. Another reason, friendship, and he had mentorship. The relationships Rocky forms with characters like Mickey and Apollo Creed highlight the significance of mentorship and friendship. Many men find inspiration in these relationships, seeing the positive impact they can have on one's life and the idea that seeking guidance and support from others can be a source of strength. Fifth reason, he'd overcome fear. Rocky's bouts with fear and self-doubt are a recurring theme in the series. Men can relate to these internal struggles and find inspiration in Rocky's ability to conquer his fears, both inside and outside the boxing ring. This sends a powerful message about facing one's fears head on. Another reason, he balanced masculinity. The Rocky movies provide a nuanced portrayal of masculinity. While Rocky is a tough boxer, he also displays vulnerability, emotion, and sensitivity. This complexity in his character challenges traditional notions of masculinity and encourages men to embrace the full range of emotion and qualities. Reason number 7. He had iconic training montages. The training montages in the Rocky films are legendary. These sequences show Rocky's intense dedication to his craft and serve as a powerful metaphor for the hard work and discipline required to achieve success. Men often find these montages particularly motivating, inspiring them to push themselves harder in their own pursuits. The 8th reason, triumph over adversity. Rocky's victories over formidable opponents like Apollo Creed, Clubber Lang, and Ivan Drago symbolize the triumph of the human spirit over seemingly insurmountable challenges. Men draw inspiration from these victories, believing that they too can conquer their own challenges and achieve their goals. Overall, the Rocky Balboa movies have resonated with many men because they tap into universal themes of perseverance, self-improvement, resilience, and the pursuit of greatness. They provide a blueprint for facing life's challenges head-on and serve as a reminder that with hard work and determination, individuals can achieve their dream. And this is what made back then Rocky a hero for young boys and men, because it inspired them to be better, to be the best version of self, to chase greatness. This is what these movies did back then. Nowadays, not so many movies like that anymore, which is unfortunate. But this shows the different generations. How back then, masculinity was promoted. And now, it's toxic masculinity. That's how far we've fallen as a society. And there's a lot of great quotes in a lot of the Rocky movies. One of my favorites is he talks about life. And it's the truth what he says. And it's the most realist quote you will ever hear about how life truly is. So take a listen.
You ain't gonna believe this, but you used to fit right here. I'd hold you up and say to your mother, this kid's gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful. It was great just watching you every day. It was like a privilege. Then the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. I'm always gonna love you no matter what. No matter what happens. You're my son, you're my blood. You're the best thing in my life. But until you start believing in yourself, you ain't gonna have a life. Don't forget to visit your mother.
That is the true reality of life and how people are. They blame others for where they're at in life instead of themselves. Even though you have the opportunity to be wherever you want in life. So I'm saying movies like that would inspire people to be better, to improve, just to go out and make something out of yourself. But nowadays, everyone's lazy. No one wants to do anything. People aren't motivated. There's a problem with people being lonely in the world. All this is happening. And back then, movies like this gave people a reason and a life that was actually worth living for. It gave people hope, dreams, goals to improve and to be better human beings. And nowadays, that's slowly dying. It's very important for men to have mentors, someone to look up to, a hero, to keep going, to keep fighting the good fight. And obviously Rocky's hero was Mickey. And when he passed away in the movie, obviously it was hard for Rocky. But he fought through it, and he won that match for him. It's a very powerful moment in the movie when Mickey's already passed on, and Rocky goes back to where they started, in the ring. And it's a flashback. And just listen to the dialogue.
Italian bulldozer. You know, kid, I know how you feel about this fight that's coming up because I was young once too. And I tell you something. Well, if you wasn't here, I probably wouldn't be alive today. The fact that you're here and doing as well as you're doing gives me, what do you call it, a motivation, huh? To stay alive. Because I think that people die sometimes when they don't want to live no more.
Nature's smarter than people think.
And nature is smarter than people think. Little by little, we lose our friends, we lose everything. We keep losing and losing till we say, you know, oh, what the hell am I living around here for? I got no reason to go on. But with you, kid, boy, I got a reason to go on. And I'm going to stay alive. And I will watch you make good.
And I'll never leave you.
And I'll never leave you until that happens. Because when I leave you, you'll not only know how to fight, you'll be able to take care of yourself outside the ring, too. Is that okay?
It's okay.
Okay. Now I got a little gift for you.
Oh, man.
Now, wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
Really, I don't need nothing.
Look at it. See that? This is the favorite thing that I have on this earth. And Rocky Marciano gave me that. You know what it was? His cufflink. Huh? And now I'm giving it to you. And it's got to be like an angel on your shoulder. See? And if you ever get hurt and you feel that you're going down, this little angel is going to whisper in your ear. He's going to say, "Get up, you son of a bitch." Because Mickey loves you. Okay?
Thanks, Mick.
All right.
I love you too.
Just go after him, kid. Go after him.
Thanks. You was huge.
There it is.
What happened to those other couple?
I don't know. He only gave me one. He gave it to some bum.
These movies back then meant something. Meant something to the people that actually watched them. Inspired them, gave them a reason to keep living, to keep going on, to keep fighting. That's how important these movies were back then. And inspired, like I said, men or overall just people in general. That's what we're lacking in society nowadays. Rocky series, one of my favorite series of all times, because those movies actually had a meaning. Compared to movies nowadays that don't even inspire people, don't motivate people, don't even have the aspiration for people to be better human beings. That's why nowadays society is falling. And back then, heroes were actually meant something, not the heroes we claim in society today. That are not actually heroes, that do not motivate people to be better human beings. And if you haven't seen the Rocky series movies, I obviously highly recommend you see them. That's going to be it for this podcast. As always, I appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy day to listen to these podcasts. Truly appreciate it. And thank you, Patron member Blade262, for being a Patron member and supporting the podcast. And if you'd like to be a Patron member, the link is in the description below. As always, I wish you guys the best. Keep improving, keep fighting, and be the best version of yourself. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Change Your Mindset podcast. Be sure to tune in every week for a new episode. As always, change your mindset to change your life.